one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, everybody. Sorry we're running a little tardy. We're having interviews for the school people. That explains our tardiness. Just go into the report of the internal auditor. GP.
Sorry. Okay. All right. Good evening. Thank you so much for inviting me. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Close screen and press the green and then you have to come right. Okay, now, yes. Okay. Little silver zealous. Because now we're going to quick presentation. Okay, we're the district's internal auditors. Our main function is to ensure that the district is understanding the risks that are out there and looking at efficiency and effectiveness of controls. We perform a detailed risk assessment in the district in the 2019-2020 school year. We developed a 5-year best plan, a proposed plan of areas of testing. We always do a current risk assessment each year, which we focus on the district's overall operations and we look at changes that are going to be happening. Again, to really assess the external factors that may impact risks to the district. The internal audit function as a whole assesses the current environment and controls and therefore to be fluid and adaptable to any changes like the COVID pandemic. This past year, the 2022-2023 school year, our area of focus was contractual payroll operations. On the current year risk assessment that we do every year, we always look at assessing any changes in staffing and changes with individuals. We focus most of our attention in the business office area, but we also look at any changes in key district management positions. We interview staff to assess their job functions, goals, and responsibilities, and to ensure that internal controls are sufficient. We review the management letter from your external auditors to make sure that any recommendations that they might be making are in line with our understanding of risk. We review the reports monthly from the district's claims auditors and assess any instances noted to again make sure. Yes.
May I just ask, would you just mind skipping to the end?
Sure.
Results of the review. Thank you.
Sure. So the
Not
next.
that everybody here doesn't want to hear the whole deal. I think
you
the
know,
most important part is just the results of these.
that's fine. So
Thank you.
for absolutely, I never know if anybody has any questions on the role of what we do, so I just want to make it clear. So on the review of contractual payment, we have a report in front of you. Yeah, okay, great. So again, the purpose is there to make sure that the district has sufficient internal control over the payment of contractual pays. We talked about how we did on page 1 and 2, which is obviously gaining understanding, talking to people, getting information from the financial system, and doing various tests using representative samples. The results of the review were very positive. Those are documented in pages 2 through 7 of the report. The review went extremely smoothly. It's a very large review. We received full cooperation. We really would like to especially thank Ms. Stark and Betty Kerman. You have implemented sufficient internal controls in terms of payroll. We noted no issues with the payroll payments for the selections that we tested. We noted no issues with the access permissions granted within our financial system. The findings we did note were related to documents that were missing as a result of Superstorm Sandy. The district is proactive in addressing internal controls and has already begun to try to go after those forms that are missing to make sure that they're compliant with state and federal laws. Questions?
Yeah, I just thank you for accommodating the moving to the review. I'm just curious in terms of how you determine the number of files that you're going to look at.
Sure.
Like you say 6 of 41 didn't have a WW form in it, or 5 of 42. Why that number 41 seemed to ring a bell with me?
It's based on sort of statistical sampling that we do, where we have a representative sample of the different depths of payroll that would be paid from contractual pay, and based on the number of items that we are able to look at, and that amount of selections that we tested would yield and incidents, it was something that was doing, that the system was breaking down for, it just was a number that we just chose. It was just, literally, from looking at different types of sampling techniques that we could go through. So, let's see if I can tell you a little bit more about that, but, so yeah, when we see that a large number of the samples, if it was one, we might deem it to be an isolated incident, we would probably select more to prove that it's an isolated incident. But in this case, it wasn't, so we didn't have to expand our sample.
And how much total time did you spend in the district in terms of this audit? Would you say roughly?
Oh my gosh, this review is a larger review. We
Right.
did kind of go back and forth on really digging through, looking at the files, in between looking at the actual procedures and what people are doing and shadowing, you know, I mean, I don't even know. I just know it's months, you know, not exactly months of time, but it's months in the process.
I just wanted to ask Mr. DeVito a question, if I might. That was, you know, special credit was given to Mrs. Caribbean in terms of that, Mrs. Stark, I guess, in terms of the help. Was that because of the addition of that person to the organizational structure? In terms of that, or would it be affect the same results regardless?
You know, I think it was just these are the 2 point people who really helped work with the artists to source the data and make sure that they have whatever they need to do the testing that they need to do.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
Sure. Any
Any
other
other comments?
questions?
I just have one question. On page 5, you mentioned there were missing documents from the employee files.
Right, that's the biggest issue that we have, is that these files that are missing, the I-9s, the W-4s, anything that's like, these are required by law. Superstorm Sandy just doesn't care about that, but you have to get them replaced. So the district has already started with the list that we did, the list of the review that we did, to go after and indicate these replacements. This is not a new thing. Unfortunately, several districts that have to do that. So if we identify things that are missing, like an I-9 form, W-4, you have to, best practice is to go back and our auditors noted, they're going through the files as well. It's a cumbersome process.
Right, so those are the files that are missing.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
But I-9, W-4, they were indicated here, you know, in the report.
And just to clarify, it's just that there were certain documents. that-
Right, certain documents, not the whole file.
Right.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Only documents are missing. And we did different tests. 41 was for active population, and we're testing newly hired people. We should see those results in newly hired individuals. So that the process is longer.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. I just said really quick, then this is just the areas that we tested, you know, we tell you this stuff, and then just the current care plan where we are. We're obviously in the updated risk assessment phase right now. We're gonna be monitoring any open recommendations, and we have a suggested budget area test review, which is review of benefits. And I guess when we do our risk assessments sometime in the fall, we'll get that presented to talk about that.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you for being here. Thank you very much.
Report of the superintendent of schools.
No formal report tonight, we're just getting ready for next week, looking forward to welcoming back our students and our staff.
Any Board of Ed comments? Student organization? Any questions and comments from the public on tonight's agenda only? Okay, Treasurer's report for June 2023. Thank you very much. No action needed. Approval of minutes for executive session and regular meeting of July 25th, 2023. May I have a motion?
Motion?
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, Ms. Kelsey?
Yes.
Ms. Case?
Yes.
Ms. Conway?
Yes.
Ms. Pinto?
Yes.
I vote yes. Presentations to the superintendent?
I'd ask the board to consider items 1 and 2, both as amended, and the amendments, Natalia, just correct me if I'm wrong, are just people who were moved from one class to another at the last minute, no additions, we're just moving TAs and aides mostly from one class.
Correct.
Okay, may I have a motion?
Motion.
I'll second it. Any discussion?
I would, I would just like to welcome all of our new teachers. I see some of them in our audience tonight, so I'd like to welcome them to our district. I know it's going to be a wonderful year.
Any other discussion? Okay, Ms. Belsey?
Yes.
Ms. Pace?
Yes, welcome aboard.
Ms.
Yes.
Conway?
Yes.
Pinto?
Yes.
And I vote yes.
And could I ask, because there's a bunch of you here tonight, and we'll get it right, if you are a new employee to the district and you're being appointed tonight, could you just stand and introduce yourself one at a time?
Hi, I'm Allison Franco, I'm going to high school, special education. Hi, Nora Strecker, I'm going to be a school psychologist for the new preschool special education. Hi, I'm Alexandra Johnson, I'm going to represent Lido as a special education teacher.
Dr. Jones, high school guidance.
You would not, I'm a fan.
Hi, Mariana Izano, I'll be at Lindell for special education.
Hi, I'm Veronica Huerta, and I'm a high school teaching assistant.
A group of us met at the middle school this morning at 8 o'clock. It was new teacher orientation, so we got to meet with all the new teachers and sort of break bagel with them and fruit. It was kind of nice to share that half hour with them, so welcome and good luck.
I just wanted to comment about this morning. I have a very crazy schedule right now. I mixed up the dates by accident in my calendar, so I apologize for not being there. For some reason, I thought it was Thursday. So welcome, I'm Alexis Pace. Nice to meet all of you, and I look forward to seeing you more often. Welcome to the district.
And I guess did you vote? Yes, we were to approve items 3 through 12 together.
May I have a motion?
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
I have a question. About number 7, could you please go into just a little bit more detail about branching lines?
Yes, so we started last year working with this company in the middle school. They provide a program that deals with multi-tiered systems of support, MTSS, the new acronym, in education, this new acronym every year. It basically is an enhanced way to look at intervention and to incorporate social and emotional data into your intervention services. It's going to help us identify students who are at risk on various levels and hopefully provide them the services that they need. And it kind of does it all in one place, which is great for teachers that we don't have to be looking at 5 different systems. So that's what that is.
I just also wanted to give a bouquet to human resources. It's really kind of tough to keep the school district running and to keep everybody in place and to get all the ducks in a row at the beginning of the school year. From bus drivers to maintenance to teachers to administrators, it's a big operation. And it's very, very difficult to keep on top of it. So I just wanted to thank Dr. Natali and her staff on behalf of the board for all this work represented here tonight in terms of all the appointments and resignations and retirements and getting us to be in a good place to open the school next week. So thank you very much, Dr. Natali, and to your staff. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ryan. I just have one more question. Is branching lines for pre-K through 12, or is it just secondary?
It does span all the grades, but for this year, only for these high school is starting.
Oh, so it's just the middle school.
Middle school and
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the clarification.
Thank you, Dr. Ryan, I'll be sure to pass that on to my staff.
Thank you. Board of Education's additional new or old business, if any?
A little bit of new and old business. Obviously, every year I bring up food service, primarily for the fact that I want to make sure the food is delicious and nutritious and within the guidelines. Are we going to get a chance to review the food purchasing, maybe see what the menus are again, maybe get some student involvement? Be helpful. I know we're doing our building walkthrough this week, but also we get a nice look of food service.
Sure, I'd be happy to, accommodate whatever the request is in terms of more of a deeper look at it. I can tell you that, we are working on upgrading as much as we can some of the elements of the menu. So for example, we're part of the cooperative this year, which is the first time we've been part of cooperative in a long time. and there are some, like specific, let's say a type of a chicken or a type of pizza that we're gonna look to try out with the students and see if they like that better. So I don't know if there would be wholesale menu changes, but some of the elements of the menu, maybe the taco, so we're gonna look at a different type of a shell or a different type of a taco, the taco meat or some of the other trimmings to see if it's more, appealing or it tastes better to the students. So we're gonna do some of that. I had mentioned at the last board meeting that we're also going to continue with the farm to school, and expanding that as much as we can in terms of educating the students, incorporating different types of presentations so they understand what it is they're reading. I know it went really well last year in terms of them really understanding some of the locally grown items that we're putting and serving to them, putting in our menu and serving to them. If you want something more than that, I'm happy to work with the board to see, what we can do. I know we're going to reconvene those student advisory boards that we had last year at the middle school and the high school. So we'll start doing that hopefully for October. We'll have the first meetings with those student advisory boards. And, aside from that, everything that really we did last year, we're going to continue with. But if there's anything additional, I'm happy to work with the board on that.
I did get a few requests, sorry, it's from middle school kids. They want to try maybe like a fresh yogurt parfait with fruit. And I don't think we're going to be able to accommodate, but I got multiple requests for a chocolate fountain at the elementary levels. I was told if I didn't make the request, I would get in trouble with my boys, right? So I put the request out there. If it's not possible, we'll have to deal with that, yeah. So, but I appreciate it. Like, farm to table's great and nutritious. It's obviously what the kids need, so appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah, Board of Ed comments?
May I?
Sure,
Dr.
please.
I just want to thank all of the staff for the orientations for the 6th and 9th grade. I know there's been a lot of work for it. And the children really seem to have a great day. It's a very positive day. So I want to thank everyone for their contribution to that. I also spoke with Mr. Epstein today, and he told me that we have over 500 students that signed up for sports this year, which is absolutely remarkable. So I really wanted to give him a shout out as well, and to all of our wonderful coaches who have been working with the kids all week and trying to get them ready for their sports. And I'm very excited for the school year. That's it, thank you.
Anybody else? No? Okay. Questions and comments from the public? Announcements, Long Beach Classroom Teachers Association.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the board. Let's start by saying congratulations to all our nurses that are coming off of probation this evening. And I'd like to welcome all of our new hires. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Harvey. Administrative Supervisor, Mr. Beasley.
Hi, good evening, Chief Beasley. Good evening, Chief Beasley, and President. First of all, congratulations to all the new hires. Best of luck in new positions. We'd like to thank the buildings and grounds crew and all the historical staff for their work over the summer. I think the buildings look great for the first day of school. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Beasley.
Mr. Biesma, I just want to thank you for stepping up and taking care of the middle school right now. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
WSEA.
Chris Nash, welcome to all the new hires. We look forward to a great school year.
Thank you. Thank you. Parent Teacher Association. Okay. Yes,
Thanks, Amy. Hi, just really excited. I saw videos from the high school orientation this morning. My daughter attends the middle school. They sound fantastic. You guys did a great job, and I'm really looking forward to being on to this year.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for being here. Okay, we have a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
We have a second.
Wait, I'd like to make the motion instead of adjourning. We're going to an executive session.
Okay, second it. Take a vote. Ms. Dosey?
Yes.
Ms. Case?
Yes.
Ms. Dominic?
Yes.
Yes.
And for those of you, we just have some other business that we have to conclude. We go into another little room here, and we talk, and we come out, we end the meeting. It's usually about personnel or legal matters that we discuss. You're welcome to stay, because the meeting is not officially over until that executive session adjourns, and we come back and we close out the meeting. But as far as the usual Board of Education meeting, it's concluded. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Hi, nice to meet you. I bet you guys have a lot of fun with your grandkids. Alright, good. Game on.